My mama used to clean somebody else's house just to buy me a new pair of shoes. On her bending knees, oh, she's one of a kind. You got yours and I got mine. Talking about mama. On her bending knees, you got yours and I got mine. Talking about mama, holy mama, hey mama, my heart belongs to you. Oh yeah. Show y'all something. I want y'all to read this. I want y'all to read that, absorb that, what I'm about to tell you. And even though when I screenshot it, I couldn't get the whole picture in there, I'm going to read to you what it says. Okay. What it says is, Chris, thank you for saving my brother's life. The ex and our mom put him through hell, made him suicidal. His buddy advised him to listen to you. Now he has the best life. Thank you so much. I want to zero in on a certain thing that I said, what I just said. And what I just said was the ex and our mom. The ex and our mom put him through hell, made him suicidal. So let me help y'all understand something. I've been on the brink of suicide. This is why I protect what I say like a hungry pit bull that don't like nobody. Okay? This is why I protect what I say. This is why I'm not going to let nobody come and change narratives. This is why you don't understand when hate comes knocking at your door, and because you did not do anything to be hated, your brain cannot process it. So I'm going to tell you guys about my story with my mom, because I'm going to need y'all to follow me. The woman that left me that message, her name was Alexis Stewart. And she left that message when I spoke about this for the first time, about after I went to go see my mom, and my mom pretty much said something to me, and I had not spoke to her since. This was in May of 2019. I had not spoke to her since. And I'm going to tell you guys why. People, I am the most successful person in my family. My mom's premise all her life was, give me my flowers while I'm living. And so I did. I was paying my mom bills. I didn't have to. My mom could have paid her own bills, but that was my version of giving my mom her flowers while she was living. In addition to that, my mom moved down to Florida in 1994. Um, in 1994, 2019, that's 26 years, 25 years. Okay. In 25 years, I went to go see my mom probably 60 times. My mom don't have 5 visits total from everybody else. She don't. Let me say that again. In the 25 years that my mom been to Florida, I went to go visit her about 60 times. She don't have 5 visits from everybody else total. All right? The reason why I'm giving you my resume is because I want y'all to understand the depth of a mother's unfortunate hate. I want y'all to understand this because this is knocking on a lot of men doors, especially black men. This is knocking on a lot of men's doors, and y'all are doing the wrong thing by affording your mother a pass on being your mother. My mom don't have a pass on being my mom. I have to be honest with you. I don't want nobody to listen to me and say, "Wow, but that's your mom," even though you're gonna say it. The first time my mom jumped out of character on me was probably 2008. I ignored it. Then again in 2010, I ignored it. Then 2013, it started happening more rapid. The disrespect, the total disregard to my existence. I need y'all to follow me. What's going on, Mr. Dawks? I need y'all to follow me. So I ended up doing this topic, and I got my man Edmund Walsh, Disgusted Dads. He's going through the same thing with his mother, but he got a bonus. He's going through the same thing with his mother and his sisters. Here's a man started an organization, Disgusted Dads, fought to be a father, and his mother and his sisters are mad at him by the way he's treating the son that he now got custody. They don't like the fact that he got custody. Let me say that again. His mother, and he got a bonus round. His sisters. People, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. I want you to understand what I'm about to tell you. Hate with a person, it grows. A lot of people are under the impression, and it is an impression. A lot of people are under the impression that as people get older, they become grumpy. That's not what it is. As people get older, they become comfortable. And when you become comfortable, you get a little bit complacent. You get a little bit, you start going outside the lines. I don't know what it is. It's not happening to me. But I can tell you this. My mom, her disrespect for me just was like, like it's now that's what I'm supposed to do. Her disrespect to me was like, I mean, and then I went to go see her. It happened when I went to go see her. I goes to see my mom. And it was like, there's a song that goes, "You Belong to Me." Last done by Shaka Khan, Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald is his song originally, but Michael McDonald and Shaka Khan redid the song, "You Belong to Me." The song lyrics start off like this: "Why you tell me this? Why you look for my reaction?" People, let me tell you something about hate. It's tailored to you, the way it's delivered, what's said, how it's said, when it's said. It's delivered towards you. So let me help y'all understand the unfortunates that my mother faced, and like my daughter and her mother, they didn't know. People, when I turned 50 years old, I said I can no longer allow someone to hate me by way of titles. And when I turned 50, I stripped titles out of my life. From now on, if you did it to me, I would exile you out of my life, because as I get older, I realize that a couple of things. I realize that when it comes to success, the very things that black folks made a mockery of, they don't have it. And now it's like they just know hate on a grand scale. And then the other one of the other things was, I realized that I was allowing people to hate me, and they weren't in the better space in life that I was. People, we all go to school to have a better life. We all work to have a better life, but yet a lot of us are living with a subpar life. Now, let me get back to where I was at, because I don't want to get off topic. My man, Mr. Dawks, he chimed in. He said he haven't spoke to his mom since September of 2019. People, I believe that my mom should have cried every time they locked me up, every time the police came to my house, when Atia LaShawn Bradley would call the cops, when she put me in a hospital. You would think that my mom would say, "They're trying to hurt my baby." But no. Instead, my mom showed me that she probably was egging them on. If I was you, I'd call the cops on them. People, that is the only image that comes in my head concerning my mom. Every time, even last night, I had my lady on the phone, and I goes to Chick-fil-A, and the girl said something. Then I said, "What?" I can't understand. Nothing. I mean, she wanted to show me. I mean, this black girl wanted to show me. I was getting on her nerves. Nothing. And then I had to go full testosterone on this stupid idiot. Oh, don't get me started. I'm getting off topic. But every time I get into it with a woman of color, I drive for Lyft, and last year I had a woman jump out of my car, had everybody stopping. If mugs didn't look at me and look at my physique, they probably would have mobbed me. I look at that situation and I say, my mom is probably proud of that woman that tried to get me locked up. You know you done did something when you got me thinking you hate me. You did something. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. People, I left home when I was 17. I'm sorry, 18. Brought me a Cadillac when I was 17. I had a great life. When I was 17, I basically told my dad to kick rocks. I wasn't mean when I said it. I just told him, when I see you, I'm going to call you Todd. I'm not going to call you Dad. So basically what I did was, I couldn't have never, ever went to my dad for help at 17. Once I sent that letter to my grandmother and said, forward this to your son, it was, my dad was a millionaire. It was like, you cannot ask him for nothing. I knew. But the thing is, my dad taught us how to be men, so I was going to cash in on his own teachings. So when my mom decided that I was now going to be her prospect of hate, she ran into a small problem. And the problem was, I no longer afford anybody in my family. I don't afford no one titles anymore. Everybody tells me, well, you got to understand, you got to understand. No, I don't understand no more. People, I do not afford anyone the benefit of the doubt anymore. I now doubt the benefits. And I want to be clear. When my mom disrespected me on a scale of cataclysmic, I didn't say anything. It's never good to say anything. It's just just walk away. Um, when I did this story the first time, a guy paid me, and for the first 20 minutes, he cried and said, "My mom feels the same way about me." Um, I watched an episode of Judge Mathis where a guy was on there. I love you, mama. I love you, mama. So let's talk. Let's talk. People, Sister Shahrazad Ali made a book called The Black Man's Guide to Understanding a Black Woman. If you are a black man listening to me right now, my question to you is, do you understand black women? Because your mother is black. Your mother falls under the same perspective of that book. Look it up, get the book. That's number one. Number two, in that book it said black women have gone un critiqued. They are critique free. That means when you do try to critique a woman of color, you're going to have hell to deal with. That's what the book is saying. Now, let us now take a look at songs. Tupac made a song called Dear Mama. And in that song, it took all the wrongs of a woman and flipped them into a great thing. This is why every time you hear women talk about the perspective of women, the word great comes in there. Personally, I haven't met a great black woman yet. And I want to be clear about something. What you do, the term is this for all you successful individuals out there that think that, but I'm this, I'm that. The term is, with great power come great responsibility. That's what the term goes. With great power come great responsibility. See, what you're not going to do with this dude over here is, you're not going to have me with all this intellect, with all this stuff, how well I am at critiquing, how I will just level your ass, how when it comes to litigation, I am the best at it. I'm not going to then turn around and every time a woman and I get into a discussion, I want to argue her down. No. This is why I was the union rep at the post office, because I knew my talents. This is why I was the squad leader in the military, almost got thrown in prison. This is why I talk the way I talk now. This is why I was, like I said, I made sure that my great power, I accepted the responsibility to come with my power. So understand, let's just not throw that word great around. All right. So here's where we're at now. After years and years of take him down in front of the white man, after years and years of black man, always deferring, always deflecting the black man, it's the black man, it's never me, it's the black man. Oh, he left me. Yeah, he was never with you. Oh, all these things, where we're at now is, whenever you try to critique, whenever wrong is done, acknowledgement is impossible. So now, when I first did this show, I had a lot of individuals telling me, my mom too, my mom too. When I asked them how did they respond to it, it was, oh, I just. People, I didn't respond with my mom with a, oh, I just. I stopped paying all her bills. I basically said, you pay your own shit. Because what you're not going to do is talk to me like I'm trash anymore. When my book was released, because this book is part of my company, and my mom just asked, what was the existence of the League of Dads and the National Fathers League? What do you do anyway? Oh, really? I don't know. Mocking and patronizing. Mother, are we? Oh, yes, we are. I made sure everybody around her got a copy of my book, and she didn't. Because I'm just not doing anything of any standards in your such high quality of life living standards, mother. So I'm now saying, this the way you want it? Obvious that's the way you want it because that's the way you're doing it. What I'm not going to do is that I'm not going to afford you. I am not going to afford you the ability to talk anything and disrespect me ever again. I will not speak to my mother ever again until she goes to therapy. I won't. People, I'm going to tell y'all something. Tupac made a song, Hey Mama, and one of those lyrics in the song it said, even though you was a crack fiend mama, you was always a black queen mama. No other perspective do we call crackheads queens, or unless we done lowered the standards on being a queen. But this is why we run around here and call ourselves kings and queens. Oh, don't get me started on that. The Intruders made a song called I'll Always Love Mama, my mama. And it says, she brought me in this world. You only get one, you only get one. What about Pop? All Pop was. And then when we do make a song about dad, it's never good. You can stockpile all these things about how bad the man is and how good the mother is. And then what happens is, if you think that you won't be dealing with your mother that's on the recipient, that is the recipient of, I can't do wrong, etc., what will happen is you will be disrespected. The hate will always go outside the lines, and you will be sitting there saying, who do I turn to for resolution? Oh, my dear black men, I'm here to tell you the resolution, excuse me, the resolution is in your closest mirror. Yeah, yeah. The resolution to your problems with your mother, just go look in your closest mirror. Hmm. Oh, I forgot. Z7 says, don't forget boys to men, mama. Hmm. But when we talk about dad, it's always dad was a shit on a stick. And so it's up to you, the individual, that individual that looks back at you in the mirror. And it's up to you to say, okay, hold on. You're talking to me like this for what now? Because I remember telling my man Calvin Spencer, y'all. I remember saying, man, Calvin, I felt like cursing her out like a bee on the street. My man Calvin said, don't do that. He, he said, don't do that. Hold on. Yo, what's up, man? Hey, what's going on, Calvin? Yes, sir, man. Can I call you back? My man. Yeah. I remember telling my man Calvin that. I remember telling my brother, you better talk to her. I remember telling my brother, you better talk to her. And I remember being so furious that I allowed. And I'm going to tell y'all why I was so furious. People, for those that know me, knows that I have a love alarm. And I love myself so much that I will not do anything to put my happiness in harm. I won't. A lot of individuals know that there was a situation with a woman that lived on my block, and a lot of people were like, well, bump that. The ass is big. Just get you some pussy. Nope, because up the line, I would have put my happiness in harm's way. My love alarm tells me that it's a very unique adding system. My love alarm simply says that when you love yourself, instead of looking a couple of steps ahead, at minimum, when you love yourself, look 20 steps ahead. 20. Yeah, that's right. At minimum, look 20 steps ahead. Why do you think there's a lot of people out there in relationships, in a relationship with people that ain't worth the brown particles in the toilet? You know why? Because they only look one thing ahead. She got a big S, or he got some good dick, and I can work out the rest. The 2 steps. That's it. It's just dumb, stockpile dumb. But when you love yourself, when something that's coated with uh, um, um, that's coated with pleasure, and something that is coming before you is going to be an answer to all your prayers. You mean to tell me I could have a girlfriend to live right across the street? You mean to tell me I won't be alone in Virginia no more? You mean to tell me I'll have a friend? You mean to tell me we could have DVD and movie night? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah. But you don't see that stockpile of bull that comes with it? Okay, we must abort. We must abort. So, people, when you love yourself, you start to do things like stripping titles. You don't react based on who said it. You react based on what was done. I'm not saying you don't love yourself, but you need to look in that mirror and do a real strong self-evaluation. What is your worth? What gives that individual the right to be so disrespectful? And if you say, but that's my mama, put a private investigator on your mom and say, listen, I want you to watch my mom, and I just want you to watch her until you see her interacting with one other person. See if she goes to a drive-through and act to the people at the drive-through like she treated you. See if she call her phone and disguise your voice and say, and because you know your mom's name, say, hi, is this Shaquita Jones? Yes, this is Shaquita Jones. I'm calling you because you owe us $100,000. And she say, what I owe y'all $100,000 for? This is crazy. Or if she say, look here, you bitch ass nigga. I don't know y'all niggas shit. The fuck out of here with this bullshit. See if she act that way. Then you'll know when she treated you like a piece of, you know it wasn't personal. It wasn't personal. Because here's my perspective on things. For some reason, I'm almost willing to bet when my mom talks to other people, when she goes to church, when she answers the phone, when she goes out and about, go play bingo, I'm almost willing to bet my mom never ever, and I mean never, I'm almost willing to bet my mom never ever patronized and talked to anyone else so disrespectful like she did me that day in May of 2019. You see, I'm going to tell y'all my problem. It's a good one to have, though. My problem is if once you show me you hate me, or once you show me you disrespect me, or once you show me that we're not on the same respect table, I'm not going to stick around and watch you rehab yourself to deal with me. And I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to stick around. Once you show me that disrespect, you don't have no respect for me, I'll never know that you started respecting me again. I'll never know. People, When Charles Manson was in prison, do you think he respected the prison guards when they said, "All right, Charlie boy, turn around. We got to put these cuffs on you"? Do you think he did that? Or do you think he disrespected the prison guards like he disrespected that actress and that individual that he had his girls killed? Do you think do you think Charles Manson, when he was in court getting sentenced, is there any footage? Did you hear anything about Charles Manson disrespecting the judge? When it came to arrest Charles Manson, was it a shootout? Was it a shootout? No. My point in what I'm saying to you is that the amazing thing of people that disrespect people, they always tend to find someone to respect. Why couldn't it have been you? Why couldn't it have been you? I mean, let's talk for a second, shall we? Let's go left. My mom is paying rent. Do you think that a person would think that if they can go in there and be like, my rent is $1,000 a month, but if I go in there and curse them out, I can make my rent 300? Do you think my mom goes in there and be like, look, yeah, mother, because I'm tired of paying all this. I want my rent to be 250? Okay, no problem. Your rent is now 250. How come being disrespectful and being being patronizing, being very disrespectful? How come she does that to me so well? Why do you think? Why do you think? Why? How does one put emphasis on acting like a very disrespectful person, and then I'm supposed to sit down and figure out one day they're gonna be nice? You know, people. I'm gonna say this. Remember this. Your disrespect is tailored towards you. Nobody will ever be disrespected by a person that disrespected you the same way they disrespected you. That's one. People, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Single women ponder. Married women think. If you got a person that delivers hate towards you and she's married, if your mother and your father is still together, or if your mother has a man in her life and she still throws hate at you, you got a very special person in your life that hates you. Stevie said, because hate no love's the cure. That means you married to somebody, you're in love. Love, hate no love's the cure. See, people, let me reiterate what I just said. Single women ponder, married women think. A married woman will sit down there and think about the activities that she got to do with her family and husband. So she thinks all the time. When you ponder, that means you get deep into thought. Try your best to shut a woman down that you can tell the conversation came from her pondering. Pondering means she done went into deep thought with it. She then came up with 50 different scenarios about it. And now she's gluing you to those scenarios. Single women ponder, married women think. Think about it. Think about it. A married woman, she got her and her husband to think about. A married woman, she probably got valid things to argue with her man about. I done told you about leaving the toilet seat up. I done took a goddamn toilet ass wash once again because you left the toilet seat up. You know I ain't got no ass. You know I ain't got no ass. You know I just keep falling all the way down in that thing. I'm just saying. You know I ain't got enough ass to cork my ass in the bowl. I can't cork my ass. I go all the way down to the water. I was just, y'all knew the antics was coming. Come on, y'all know I need help. But that's what a married woman. But if you got a woman that's married and she can pull hate right off the fly, my mom is single. My mom is in the house all day, every day, all day, all day, every day. My mom is in the house thinking about something, recycling it, thinking about it, recycle that, rethink it, and just constantly, 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 constantly. And you know what? How many times have you individuals called your mom and she couldn't talk to you because she was out with your father or her husband? When was the last time you tried or wanted to do something? When was the last time you wanted to go to your mother's house and she was just, you could tell she just had her ass up in the air for her husband? When the last time? Don't let them tell you when they get old it ain't about sex anymore. They still want to put their ass up in the air. If your mom get a, if your mom, putting her ass up in the air, she's still mad. Whoa. But when they single, it's something going on. People, let me tell you something. Check this out. A peace of mind is free. It's the one thing you can't get off the internet. You can't get a peace of mind credit card. Oh, yes, with this peace of mind credit card, you could just get fired. And once you get this credit card, you can swipe on a happiness mode. No, there isn't one. You can't order it offline. You can't win it in a lottery. People, do you know what you can have a peace of mind like that by simply changing your mindset. My love alarm doesn't allow me to deal with negativity. This is why I changed my number. I don't want nobody to butt dial me. I don't want nobody to come around a week later and be like, you know what I said to that person was messed up. No, you just missed me. You know what? I just want to talk to you about something because no, because once again, do you go to work and you ever snap on your boss like that? Of course not. People, let me tell you something about being in a relationship. If you want to believe that bull crap about, well, relationships go south and we got to argue sometime, ask your individuals, do you ever go to work and argue with your boss? Because let's not confuse argument with a civil discussion on how to resolve an issue. Let's not confuse the two. want to be clear. I want to be clear. Individuals want to talk to you like you crap. Don't talk that way to nobody else. What's my ultimate resolution as to what I'm saying here tonight, people? What I'm simply saying for you here tonight is this. I'm not expecting everybody to be like me. It's impossible to be like me. A world of event of cataclysmic things collided in my life to make me me. For example, I'm the youngest of 4 boys. Being the youngest of 4 boys, I used to get beat up all the time. Those days are over. In addition to that, when I went to 9th grade, I was just joking around all the time. I was just so ecstatic about how when the doorbell rang, when the school bell rang, you can just get up and go to another class. So I never did work in no class, not realizing that one day all that was going to add up. Because of that, I stayed back in the 9th grade and they put me in special ed. When they put me in special ed, that added to my character. I didn't like nobody to play me for a fool. You took me back to the days when I was in special ed. Now, for all those that don't know, I was only in special ed for 3 semesters because I was in an honor roll and they put me back in regular classes. Another story. So now I know that my intellect, I can run with the big boys. Then I went into the military. And what the military did was the military taught me how to understand game. This is why when people say things to me, and my lady hates this, we'll be talking and she'll say, blah, 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 blah. And I'll say, whatever, you just thinking that. And she'll say, well, once you think of something, you can't change your mind. Pretty much. Ugly a little bit. Get it? Pretty much ugly a little bit. Oh, my. It's part of my defense system. What can I say? But nonetheless, so what happened was being the youngest made me tough. Being in special ed and getting out made me realize I was smart and had intellect because nobody else did it in my class year anyway. And then all that getting polished off with going in the military, having individuals yell at me, say my mama stank, say all this about me, I'm a total waste of a nut, get down and give me 20. All that trained me on game. And what it trained me is when somebody game me, I pick the little parts out of the game that mean something. All the rest I know is fillers. You see, when a drill sergeant wants you to get down and give him 20, he says, get down and give me 20, you maggot whore, thinking you're going to get mad and don't go down so they can do more stuff to you. It's simple as that. Simple as that. So because of that, I don't think a lot of you listening to me is going to say, you know what, I can resolve issues, or I think, no, but that's my mother. You got to understand the road in which I traveled. In addition to that, fighting the Tia LaShawn Bradley for 11 and a half years to be a father. And then ultimately got to exile my daughter because she said, you know what, you're a black man. Mommy want to hit you off with the fuck a nigga. And daddy, I want to fuck you too. You got to understand, I went through too much negativity. I tell people I went through enough negativity for 5. That's right, 5 lifetimes. And to now understand that negativity is not in people outside of the family. Now I'm getting a dose of negativity within the family. Now that's betrayal. Now I got to step back and be like, who in this family has my back? Nobody. My brothers don't have my back. Mom don't have my back. So I'm sitting down saying, dag. And then what happens is, it didn't, going through this stuff with my child's mom threw me off. Now I'm back on track. And now that I'm back on track, people, y'all got to understand, I am defending my mindset at all costs. Hey, I got a big booty. You want to fuck me? Anytime. No. I know you want a wife, but I just want to fuck you. You look like you got a. You look like you. No, 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 because I know what's coming with that. I'm not getting thrown off. You can't win with me. What you say offends my nieces. No, no, no. Can't get thrown off. Daddy, I know it's been some years. Mommy want to hit you off with another dose of fucking nigga. No, no, no. Not going to get thrown off. My door will only open for love and a wife only. That's it. That's it. My door will only open for a wife and love only. Of course, opportunity to put me in a better position than I am in currently, of course, that too. But we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So, people, if this is your situation, just look in the mirror. If you deserve being talked to like a POS, I got nothing for you. I'm drawing blanks over here. But if you did nothing to nobody, let alone somebody in your family, if you did nothing to them, give that person the benefit of the doubt. That is your mother. How about that? Write them a letter. Write them a letter. I had my brother. I sent the message through my mother, through my brother to my mom. I'm not asking you to be like me. You know, I know you individuals listen to me. Oh, guy's a little bit harsh. Gosh, man, he the extreme. I got that. I got that. But my extreme is paying good dividends. Trust. You got to get words to individual. You got to at least let them know how you felt. That they are owed that. How about that? They are owed that. My mother know what she did to me. Your mother needs to at least she's owed that. With me, I'm gonna tell you what I'm banking on. I'm banking on my mother saying, "Me go to therapy, go to therapy. Fuck you, nigga. I ain't going nowhere. Didn't think you would." I'm banking on that. You know why? Because you think so lowly of black men. You don't think that you would have to do anything to be at one with a relationship with one. I mean, after all, you treated every man that came into your life that loved you with the approval of your sons. People, I'm gonna end it with this. Ain't no man gonna put his hands on a woman with 4 sons, and he ain't bigger than nan one of them. Not even in height or girth. You ain't bigger than nan one of them. And just for the record, in 2016, my mother's ex-boyfriend, he's an ex now, was so good to my mom, I brought him a car. And when I brought this dude a car, I called him up and I said, for all that you did, I know it ain't nowhere near compensation for all you went through. He knew what I was talking about. And what did he say in return? Well, if that's the case, you owe me a lot more than that. And we laughed until our stomachs came up because he knew what I was talking about. So just understand that. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't go around them. Let everybody know. Hey, what's going on with you and mom? Hey, what's going on with you and your mother? I told her she has too much hate in her heart. If she don't think it's y'all worth it, very well.